Howdy! How's all my friends out in YouTube land today? I hope it's warm where you are because it is down in the deep freeze here in Indiana. Lord have mercy, I can't wait for spring. I've got the worst case of spring fever you've ever seen in your life. Looking there at the chat room, looks like we got a few there. Eric Hebert in the house. Hello, Brother Eric. We got Blaziken219. Hello, sweetheart. Glad you're in there. And we got Jacqueline Haley in the house. Vanessa Angel Rhodes Crafting and Sharing is in the house. Jan34 in the house. Sandra's Beaded Path in the house. Glad to have you all with me. Here we are trying to get through winter together. Susan Zielinski in the house. Doing the roll call here for everybody dropping in on this cold winter night, the 15th day of January, Martin Luther King Day. Yeah, Susan says the temps are dropping in Texas fast. Lord, you better be glad you're not here. And we'll get down to 0 here tonight. Jim Bashir's in the house. Hey, Brother Jim, glad you're in the house. Yeah, I was watching Carl there too. I seen you lurking around there in the chat room. Well, hey, at least I got your attention, Jim. That's how I start my shows over here. Waking everybody up. We don't want anybody sleeping through it. I believe in ghosts in the house. Good to have you in there. Just waiting, letting everybody get gathered up here. Be sure you sub each other. You know, that's what we're about here too, is being friends and subbing each other. Make sure that you're active and go to each other's websites there. Check out each other's content on the pages. Make friends. We're about making friends here. I say Arsenio Velezquez is in the house. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Rocky and Derek Show in the house. And then we got Works Hard for MK3 in the house. Jan34 in the house. Carrie Thomas in the house. Hey to everybody. Man, we're getting a house full here. Yeah, tickles me to death. See y'all roll in here. Say howdy back to me. We like to have y'all out there and getting crafty and learning different craft things. Well, I'm glad you stopped in there, Works Hard. We got R. Conklin Arts in the house. Divine Craft Divas in the house. Everybody strolling in. Rusty Faith in the house. Now make sure that you sub up to everybody there, you know. And now the subs are important, you know, just like I was telling you last week. It's important to a point, because if you got a whole house full of subs and you ain't getting nobody to look at your videos, you know, then what's the point? You know, you got to make friends with these people. And some folks like to say, sub me. You know, go and sub them. Look at their content. Make sure, you know, that you're going to be able to support them. And then sub them. Let them know that you've subbed them. Have them come over and take a look at your stuff. Make friends with them. Talk to these people. And I know that, you know, if you get a whole slew of subs, that it's hard to keep up with everybody. Do the best you can. Nobody's asking you to be a super YouTuber here, you know, but it's about making friends. Checking out the chat room here, making sure I ain't missed nobody. I think I caught y'all. If I didn't, hey to you anyhow. I like to kind of shout you out as you come in the room there and let you know that I recognized you. But I get to talking, you know, and my tongue gets wrapped around my eye teeth and I can't see what I'm doing. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about some of the projects and stuff that I did this week on the show. The first one that I did, I can't show you because it's done been sent out. That was the little plaque that I made for Shelly over at Know What Mom Knows. She wanted me to make her up a little something she can hang on her sticker wall or her YouTuber wall or whatever she's calling it. How am I today? Well, so far so good. I woke up above ground. You know, that's a bad habit I got. You know, they say it's a good thing you wake up above ground today. You know, that's a good start. Well, I always say, you know, if you have a bunch of tasks to do, now here's something for you to keep in mind. If you got a bunch of tasks to do, some folks get into procrastination and they don't want to do things because they think it's going to be too hard or too this or too that. Here's what you do. You do the worst one first, and that way it's over with and you don't have to think about it no more. I call it eating a live toad. If you get up in the morning and you eat a live toad, the first thing you do when you get up, the rest of your day is going to be a downhill slide because you've done the worst thing that you could possibly do. So, you pick the worst thing you got to do. That's your live toad, and you take care of that. And the rest of your day is going to be a piece of cake. That's words to the wise from BrendaG today. Let's say we're celebrating something for Jan. You made it to 100 subs. Cool. That's great. That's great. Everybody send some emojis up there. I'll see if I can't get some emojis going here. Maybe I can and maybe I can't. I'm lucky to know how to turn the computer on. We'll hit a few here. There they go. Release the emojis. Let's see there. Looks like we got one that wanted to cause some issues. I tell you what, Susan, you know what to do. It's, just take care of the business, girl. You know how to handle it. Queen of emojis. Oh, no, I ain't no queen of emojis. Lord have mercy. I can almost find them on the computer. It's starting to get technical when you get into the emojis. Brenda's crafty. Be like Brenda. There's what you do. Looking down through here, I think I got everybody named off there that needs to be named off. I think so. So what I'm going to do here, while y'all talking amongst yourselves there and subbing each other, talk about some of these things I did. I told you I sent the one thing off to Shelly there for her board. She's going to be doing some kind of a video, I think, on her board that she's making up. And then the next video that I did, I made these hangers for these tiles. Somebody's asking me, well, how are you going to hang them on the wall? Well, you take some wire and you wire wrap. Now, there's a video I've got up on this that I did the other day, so you can pull it up if you need to see it. But I just wire wrapped them, and this is a tarnish-proof wire that I've used on there, and it just comes around the corners and wraps on there. It's on there good and tight, so it ain't gonna pop off, and you hang that up on the wall, and that's the tiles. Now, I got all those tiles up on the Etsy store in case anybody's interested in them. These are a set, and then I did the 6 coasters that I did. The alcohol ink coasters are up there too, is a set. So that's all up on the Etsy store, and URL in the description of the video, and there's a hyperlink on the banner on my channel page if you need to take a look at them. But those are the wall tiles that I did. Then let's see, I did this box. One of them had asked me last week to do something in a Paris style, so I did this little box, and it's a paper mache box, and I painted it with that pearlescent Martha Stewart paint, and I put a little skirt on the box with lace, and I wrapped the edge of the lid, and then I put some doily on there, and I put some stickers on it, and I put some pearl trim on there, and that's the little box that I did. It's up on the Etsy store if you're interested in that. But somebody wanted to see if I could do shabby chic, do something in a Paris theme. And so that's my rendition there of that. And then somebody wanted me to do something with a mermaid on it. And we'll see if we can adjust this camera so you can see this. I don't know. Get it up here. Try not to make you too dizzy, but move a couple things out of the way here so I can sit it down. Maybe that'll make it a little better. There we go. That's getting most of it in there. This is a charger that plastic charger. I bought a set of these, and I'm making wall hangings out of them. And I put a watercolor paper backing in there with the sea, my rendition of the sea, and then I put some modeling paste down here on the bottom of it, painted modeling paste, and then I painted up my mermaids. I stacked them to make it three-dimensional. There's a couple fish in here and a couple turtles in here. I put some moss on it to resemble seaweed on there, and that is my rendition of the mermaid theme. And this is up on the Etsy store as well. I put a hanger on the back of that so you can hang it on the wall. And there's the mermaid theme. I'm going to go back and take a little look at this chat and see what's going on here. See if there's anybody else I need to welcome to the group. Jan34 in the house. Good to have you in there. Strange Dreams in the house. Exploring with CF. Hey, CF. Good to have you in there, honey. Everybody coming in to get warm. It's cold outside, middle of the winter. Art Conklin Arts in the house. Glad to have everybody with me this evening. Walker Paranormal in the house. So they finally made it to the live stream. Good to have you in there. Yeah, I do a live stream every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So, you know, mark your calendar. Most everything else I do is pre-recorded, and I put it up every once in a while. Out of the blue, I'll do another live stream during the week. But for the most part, I just try to keep the live streams to once a week. And let's say the next thing that I did is I did this little owl. And this was to show you how simple it is to paint something. It doesn't have to be realistic painting. It's just something cute, something whimsical, using basic shapes. We started out with a heart shape for the face, and we did some kind of leaf shapes, curved lines there to make the wings. We did some little scallops in there to put some feathers on it. And then we put some circles in for the eyes, some half circles in for the eyelids, did an upside down triangle for the beak. We pointed this up a little bit on the points of the heart there to give him his horns for the horned owl. And then we put the little feet on him there. See if I can get the glare off of the, I don't know. That light wants to glare on that pretty good. You can see the one foot. It's an upside down V with a little line in the middle of it to give him little feet. It's very simple. Just do little geometric shapes, and you end up with a little varmint. And put these in the flower pots, give them away, hide them around town. There's all kinds of things people are doing with these painted rocks. So, you know, you can do that on a piece of paper. You can do it on a rock, you know, anything that you can paint on or draw on. You can draw a little basic shape and make something fun. So there is that. Now let's see. We got Gaming Dude in the house. Have at it in the house. Marley December in the house. Good to have you in there. Good to have everybody in there tonight. Man, oh man, I'm honored to have y'all with me here this evening. Yeah, little owl. Yeah, a lot of people like owls. I've always been tickled with owls. I think one of the things, my brother was scared to death of owls when I was a little girl. And so I used to terrorize him with owls all the time. Because that's what sisters are for. And anytime I could get a hold of anything, I had this bank that was an owl-shaped bank. And I used to chase him with it. But yeah, I've always loved owls. I didn't want a brother anyway. I wanted a sister. And yesterday, what I did is I made these little cards. I made little greeting cards showing you how simple it is. Just make a little basic card. These are things that I painted up on the show, just playing around with some paint, showing you how things worked. And so I made up these little cards. Actually, I made 4 of them. There's 4 of them sitting here. See if I can get them so the camera can see them. But these are just little 4x8 pieces of cardstock that I folded in half. So they measure 4x4. And this was the alcohol ink that I did on canvas. This is alcohol ink that I put on UPO. This was alcohol ink on UPO, and so was this one too. Just, different methods of painting it on. And so I cut it down so that it would fit, make a little inset. All of them have my initials and the date on there when I made them. And then you can write on them like I did on these 2, or you can leave them plain. You can take a rubber stamp and stamp on them. Whatever you want to do for your little cards. But these are just little like all occasion cards that I'll put in with gifts or orders or whatever. I always like to put a little card in. And someone asked me about envelopes, and so then there were several people that asked me about envelopes. So that's something I'm going to be doing this week, is show you how to make a simple envelope template and how to make it for whatever size card that you want to make an envelope for, and just do it real simple. In that way, whatever size card you happen to make, you'll know how to make a template and be able to put your card in an envelope. So that's what's going on here with the shows this week. Anybody got any questions or anything about anything I've done? Any of the ingredients or the the tools or anything I use, you can go ahead and ask them. I'd be happy to try to answer them. If I don't know the answer, I'll make one up. Blind Mama's Busy Kitchen in the house. Glad you're in the house, girl. Shorty Calvert in the house. Just checking here and make sure that I ain't missed nobody. Tanya Kowalski's in the house. Glad you're in there, honey. Thanks. I'm glad you like the little owl. I like to do whimsical painting. There's a lot of people that's into the realistic stuff, and that's great. If that's what you're into. I'm more of a whimsical type person when it comes to my art. And I'm a Alice in Wonderland girl. My living room's done in Alice in Wonderland, and so that's the kind of stuff I like. It's fantasy, whimsical artwork. Just checking there to make sure I hadn't missed any questions or anything in the chat room. Oh, Marley and Jim are bantering back and forth. Yeah, I was on a show on a panel the other night with Jim Bashir's. Well, actually, I took his place on the panel. He had technical difficulties, so I stepped in and saved the day. Oh, yeah, you're right, Sia. They come from all over the place. They come from all different venues to come in here to see what I'm up to. And that's good. I'm glad to see that. I mean, creativity is not held just by the crafting community. Creativity is everywhere. Everybody can be creative. But yeah, as I was saying, I was over on Russ's show, Simply Wooden Creations, there Saturday night, and was saving the day for poor old Jim that had all his issues with his earphones. And Jim, can you turn some new earphones on the lathe? Tin cans and a string or something. But be wooden cans, wouldn't it? Thank you, Tanya. Glad you liked them. These are just little things that I did on the show, just showing how different paints worked on UPO and on canvas. And, I said they'll probably end up on cards. And then I was cleaning off the desk the other day and happened to see them. I thought, oh, well, that's a big good opportunity to just make up some cards because I was about out. So I did a show showing how to make simple cards. Well, Jim, you're going to have to go up to the store and get you some more batteries. Now, they sell them up to the Walmart. I was over on, what's that called? What's Up with Pro Wrestling with Mr. Cool on Saturday, too. He interviewed me over on his show. So if you go over there and pull up Saturday's show, you come in about the 2 hour and 13-minute mark, and that's where the interview is. Me and him was cutting up and acting up, and Green Bay Wacky came in there for a while and on the panel, and we was having a lot of fun. But there at the 2:13 mark is the interview. You want to see that? I put a link to it up on my Facebook page for those of you that's friends list. And if you're not and you want to be, you can join up there with my Facebook thing. Just go to the Facebook search engine thing there at the top of the Facebook page. Type in brenda.gibson.71. That's 71. And that take you to my page and friend me up there. It's me, Brian is in the house. Mary Brewer's in the house. Mr. Splashman is in the house. Good to have y'all in here this evening. Come on in out of the cold. They say it's going to warm up here in Indiana toward the end of the week and get up in the 40s. That ain't warm enough to suit me, but hey, it's better than what we got now, so I'll take it. It can warm up to about 70 degrees and then stay there until about May and then warm up. Take 70 degrees to thaw me out. Well, thank you, Gaming Dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, y'all sub to each other, make friends, check out each other's content. Be sure and be active on each other's pages when you sub each other. That's important. I made a lot of good friends here on YouTube. Some folks say that, well, it's hard to make friends. No, it's not. You go over there, you watch one of their videos, you see what their content is, you make some comments on it, and then they'll come and they take a look at yours and they make some comments on that. And before you know it, you got a friendship going. Well, thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. I am in Portland, Indiana, which is about an hour south of Fort Wayne. About an hour north of Richmond. 27 runs right through Richmond and through Fort Wayne, and I'm about halfway between the two of them. It's on the east side of the state. Not too far from the Ohio state line. I'm only about 20 miles from Salina, Ohio, where St. Mary's Lake is, if that tells you anything. Anybody that likes lakes or anything might know something about St. Mary's. It's the only man-made lake in Ohio. It was a hand-dug deal there. It's not a natural lake. North Carolina. I thought you up north. You was going to move to North Carolina. Did you get the move done already? Your aunt lives in Fort Wayne. I'm only an hour from there, and I haven't been there in, gosh, probably 7, 8 years. You're from Muncie? Muncie's only about half an hour from me. I was there last week. I had to run over there to the Michael's store and pick up a couple things. Designs by Martasia by Elena Lights, or Arlena Lights. There, I'll get it right. Glad to have you in the house. Yeah, I heard, Mama, that it was nice and warm down there in Arizona. And summertime in Arizona, it gets hot. I got a friend that lives in Arizona. Man, oh man. I don't know how she takes all that. I like it hot, but I don't like it hot. There's a difference. Well, Jim, everybody's got to be somewhere. I don't get out much anymore. I traveled so much when I worked, because I worked all over Indiana and part of Ohio, and I drove. Oh, good gravy. It was unbelievable the amount of driving that I did. It wasn't anything for me to put 80,000 miles on a vehicle in a year. So I drove so much that now, just being here in town, I mean, even going to Muncie, I only do that maybe 3 times a year. I, I don't even go to Muncie hardly any. I barely get out of town. Just call you Arlena. Okay, I'll do that. Shortens it up for me. Makes it simple for old people like me. Vanessa Angel Rose creating and sharing in the house. Good to have you in there. Chromostorm Arts. Hello, Amanda. Glad to have you in there. You got to fly to Nebraska. Won't your arms get tired? You asked for that, Jim. What was it? Somebody's telling me the other day something about they was talking about smoking cigarettes or something. I forget what the heck was going on with it. Trying to smoke different things, and then somebody said something about trying to smoke meat, and I said, well, I tried to smoke salmon once, but it was hard to keep it lit. Hey, you went and got the engine clear coat. Have you tried it yet? Well, make sure that you let that Krylon get good and dry before you spray that on there. Well, thank you, CF. I appreciate that. Yeah, y'all hit the thumbs up button for me. I'd appreciate that. Oh, you just got it today. Okay, well, figure by the end of the week, you probably be spraying something with it. That'd give everything a chance to get good and dry if you've already put the Krylon to it. For those of you that's wondering what we're talking about, when you do tiles with alcohol ink, if you want them to be used for coasters, you spray them with your Krylon clear coat first and let that get good and dry. And then once it's good and dry, you come back over it with the clear engine sealant. And you spray that on, and it's rated for different temperatures. The one I use is 400 degrees. You spray a couple coats of that on there, 2 or 3 coats. Let it dry in between coats, and then you just get a nice good coat of that on there. And that way, when they're used as coasters, somebody comes in and sets a good old hot cup of coffee or tea or hot chocolate or something down on that, it won't ruin your paint job. If you just have Krylon on it, if they set something hot on it, it's going to melt it and ruin it. Can you use it on resin? I've never tried using it on resin, but I wouldn't know why not, as long as your resin is cured and good and dry. Then you spray it on there. Does it come with baked on grease finish? Oh, Jim, you're a card. You could only find the 200? Where was you shopping, Amanda? I got mine up to Walmart. I would think 200 would be good enough, though, because Lord have mercy, who's got a 200-degree cup of coffee? Oh, Lord have mercy. Listen to Mary. She's trying to make me hungry. Homemade bourbon barbecue sauce. Wow. Well, yeah, I figured degrees. Oh, I'm going to be on the big screen. Lord have mercy. Oh, you got it up to the Walmart. Okay. Well, your Walmart's different than mine then. I would think you could probably get it about any, auto store. We got 3 auto stores here in town, but I just happened to be up to the Walmart when I got mine. Shayna's Catatopia in the house. Good to have you in there. Yeah, McDonald's probably has 200-degree coffee. Says that old lady that saved them good for her getting scalded with the coffee. Robert Evans in the house. Well, welcome, Robert. We're just chatting and talking about some of the crafts that I did this week, some of the videos that I put up, and everybody's subbing and making friends. So just join right on in here. Right now on the screen, some of these greeting cards that I made this week. These are just little 4x8 pieces of cardstock, and I've put some pictures that I painted on the front of them, made up little cards, and I did a video on them yesterday showing how easy it was to do that. I did this charger the other day with this little mermaid design on it, and I did this box with a Paris theme on it, just a paper mache box that I decorated all up with lace and stuff. And I made these tiles. These are engraved tiles that I painted up, and then made a hanger for the back of it with some tarnish proof wire. And I showed people how to paint a little owl on a rock, just basic geometric designs. So that's some of the stuff that I've been fooling with this week. Well, where is Donald Matthews? I'm glad he sent you over here. Catching up with the chat here a little bit. Hey, Mills and Millie. Glad to have you in the house. Jamil Ahmad Salah, glad to have you in the house. Hey, everything's going. We're trying to get to springtime. We're pedaling as fast as we can, trying to warm it up and get to springtime. Yeah, Amanda likes little owl rock. I'll sit him there in the center for a while. That's Al the Owl Rock. Oh, Amanda's making tacos. Sonia Jones in the house. Good to have you in there. Texas sister. Hope everybody's subbing each other there and making friends in the chat. Going to support each other and make some comments on videos. I've had a lot of fun going to people's videos and making some comments on some of them. I get rushed just like everybody else. And sometimes I can't leave big old comments and stuff. But I try to, at least leave a thumbprint there, letting folks know I've been there. Had to get me a drink of water. I've still got a little bit of congestion from that pneumonia that I've had. So I'm trying to keep myself hydrated good. Trying to get the rest of that out of the system. That stuff gets a hold of you, man. I tell you what, tears you up. Yes, Jim. Brian is awesome. Jim must be thinking about me. Brian is awesome. We got a lot of awesome people in the house. It's got good channels and good content in them. Okay, Jim. Well, it's good to have you in the house. You have fun. I hope your arms don't get tired flying to Nebraska. Oh, you're going to the airport. Well, don't take a plane. Have somebody that knows how to fly it actually fly you there. Well, you got to start somewhere. Have at it. You start with one or two and just keep going. Spider collector in the house. Good to have you in there. Well, really, Jim, I did not know that. My late husband was a pilot, and he was also an instructor for small aircraft. All right. Safe travels. If I don't see you before, I'll see you Saturday. Yeah, you just start a little bit at a time and just keep going, with your videos. Little bit as you go. Looks like you do some crafting. I pulled up your page here. I'm going to subscribe to you and ring your bell. So now you're stuck with me too. Have we got any droners in the house? That's a group I've not seen represented here this evening. Where's my drone folks? Well, you have a good night there, Amanda. Glad to have you with us. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Yep, Marley, you got to learn to crawl before you can walk. You just start out with one video and then you come up with another idea, do another video, and just keep at it. I try to put out at least one video a day, and I do my one live stream a week. If I am fortunate enough to be able to do more than that, then I do. Lucia McGill in the house. Good to have you in there. How late are you? Well, we've been going for 38 minutes. DM's mix-up says, I rock the house. Well, I do something to it. I don't know if I rock it. Yeah, hit that like button. Smash it. You ought to. Oh, something else I thought of. In the description of this video is the link to my other YouTube channel. I hadn't put nothing up on there for a long time, but the other day I did the one that I'd warned y'all I was going to do. It was my pet peeves for YouTube. And make sure you listen all the way to the end of it. It's only 8 minutes long, but when you get to the end of it, You're going to be in tears laughing. Ice is back, baby. Good to have you in there. You're at 951. Lord have mercy. You're close. You need 49 more. Everybody needs to go over there and sub her. Ice is back, baby. She's having some computer issues there last night when I seen her over there in Wacky's chat. But apparently she's got it working now. But get over there and sub to her. Help her get to the 1,000 mark. High Desert Pioneer in the house. Got a lot of good people in there tonight. Oh, you're a him? Well, last night you's a lady. Was that your significant other that was in there saying that he's having problems? Or am I just old and confused? There's a lot of that. I'll tell you what. Oh, it's you on your wife's channel. Okay, now I know. Now I know. I understand. Don't confuse old ladies. She didn't want subs on it. Well, I bet she got some anyway. She got caught in the crossfire. Toolman Willis in the house. Good to have you in there. A lot of good people in here tonight. Lord have mercy. Yeah, but go over there and check out my other channel and watch that last, or well, listen to that last video. It's all audio. Gregory Stewart in the house. Yeah, Green Bay, I tell you what, he's one of a kind. He doesn't want to think of himself as YouTube royalty, but he is, whether he likes it or not. We all love Green Bay. That man's got a good heart. Let's say Eric Hebert was in here. I don't know where he's at, but you ought to go and sub his channel too. He's getting pretty close to 1,000 subs. Let's see here if I can pull up his channel and put his link in here real quick, so that you can go and sub to Eric. And grab that. All right. Put it right here in the chat for you. That's Eric's channel right there that I just dropped in there, and you can go over and sub him. He's at 960 right now. Yep, 959. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. Now, Green Bay, this is Monday night. He's on Tuesdays, he's on Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. So he'll be on tomorrow night. So if you don't hit it before then, you get in there and hit it in the Wacky chat. That's Green Bay Wacky for anybody that's new here that don't know who we're talking about. And it's all one word, Green Bay Wacky. And just sub him up, ring the bell so you get alerted when his shows go on. But it's 8:30 Eastern time, 7:30 Central on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. But make sure you stay active on people's channels as much as you can. I don't do a whole lot with live streams Being in people's live chats. Once in a blue moon, I'm able to make it into that sort of thing. I spend a lot of my time just on the videos. I mean, you do whatever works best for you. Well, Gregory Stewart's in there saying, everybody please subscribe my channel and like all of my videos. Well, Gregory, it's a two-way street, honey. You got to sub to them, make friends with them, and, make some comments on their videos and stuff. Let them know you're active. And then they'll come over to your channel and check your content out. Sometimes you have to initiate it in order to get things started. And then once people do subscribe to you, go back over their channel and check out more of their content. And every time they comment on one of your videos, go back over to their channel. And, that's how I do it. Somebody comments on my videos, I go over to their channel and watch one of their videos, leave them a comment. They come back over to mine. We just go back and forth trading it. One of them said to me the other day, they said, you're going to work your way through my entire library of videos. And I said, that's the plan. That's the way it works. Thank you very much, Ice. Appreciate that. Yep. Just, do it. Just do it. I tell everybody, look, your first few videos is not going to be a masterpiece because you're learning. None of us born knowing how to do this. You start somewhere, start even if it's wrong. Just start and do it. Ghost sent you. Well, Crystal Flamez, I'm glad to have you in the house. Glad Ghost sent you. Where is Ghost? Haven't seen him in here tonight. Yep. Get her done, Brian. Get her done. Rip off your sleeves. You got to start somewhere. You don't know what to improve if you never do one. Oh, Lord. He's having a raid in here. Good to see you, Sam. I'm glad you made it. I'm a big time now. I'm getting raided. Thank you, Ice. Appreciate that. Yeah, everybody smack that like button. Smack it. Smack it like you mean it. Have a lucky cactus. Be lucky if I don't get stuck to it. Black Storm in the house. Good to have you in there. Yeah, I tell it the same way Wacky does. You go over to their channel, you sub them, you ring the bell, you go to their videos, you pull up one of their videos, pull up a short one, you watch it, you leave them a little comment in there. Hey, come over from BrendaG Designs, sub you, and then you come back here, you highlight their name. If you don't know how to do that, what you do is you hit the shift button and the number 2. That puts that @ sign in your chat box. Then you type 2 or 3 letters of whatever their channel name is, and it'll pop a little box up there. And you click on that box, and it puts the channel name right there in your chat screen. Then right behind that, you put subject. And hit the enter button, puts it up on the screen. Their name will be highlighted for them to see. You won't see it highlighted, but they will see it. That will get their attention as the chat is scrolling by. So you've left your calling card on their channel and here in the chat. And that way, if they don't happen to see it, if they happen to be subbing somebody else and they're not looking at the chat at the moment and it rolls on up and they don't see it, they'll see it when they look at their comments. So they might not get you subbed tonight, but in the morning when they check their comments and see it, they'll say, oh, okay, they subbed me from over there at BrendaG's. Well, isn't that nice? And then they'll check out your channel and they'll sub you back more than likely. And, then they'll leave you a comment and that's how you're making friends. Barrel Boy Woods in the house. Hello. Good to have you in there. Whatever Forever in the house. Adventures Toys Review in the house. Good to see you in there. Saying good night. You're going to go to bed? Well, it is coming up on about 8 or 9 o'clock here Eastern time. And you got youngins, so I can see where, yeah, you might be going to bed. Get them youngins in the bed. I'm surprised at how many little kids are on YouTube in the middle of the night. Does anybody else notice that, or is it just me? Because I'm a night owl. And so, I tend to see things, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But a lot of little kids on. And I'm wondering, they have school the next day. What in the world? Maybe they're homeschooled or something, but still, they have to do some studying. Eddie Fort Fluffy in the house. Good to have you in there. Looking at the screen here to make sure that I ain't missed nobody. How am I? Well, I keep waking up above ground. So I reckon I must be pretty good. Still got a little bit of congestion from that pneumonia that I had, but I'm still fighting it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to live through it now. There for a while, I wasn't too sure. Yeah, you're right, Arlena. Way too many youngins up in the middle of the night. We didn't have computers and that kind of stuff when I was a little kid, but I'll guarantee you that if my mother caught me up in the middle of the night when I shouldn't be, there better be a good reason for it. I better be sick as a dog, or she'd have knocked me out. You'll go to sleep one way or another. I'm amazed at what youngins get by with today. Because I think back about how my mother would have handled it. Man. I'm wondering how y'all, that have channels that, with content. Have you on here because I've watched a lot of your videos. How do you handle the fame from being on YouTube? Because Lord have mercy, I don't know. I can't wear my leopard stretchy pants up to the Walmart no more because paparazzi chasing me around. I can't be seen up there like that. Want my autograph? Y'all have that kind of problem too? How do you deal with it? Never did see anybody in here from the drone community. I wanted to ask some droners some questions. Because man, Mr. Cool was talking about it over on his show the other day. These folks with the drones flying them around. I don't believe I could have one because I'd be in trouble. I'm too ornery. Pizzarazzi? No, paparazzi, the ones that chase you with the cameras, wanting to take your picture. Can't wear the curlers in my hair or my leopard stretchy pants, my espadrilles, flippy flops. Got to dress up now, go to Walmart. You got a drone. You ever look in people's windows with it, Eddie? So that's what I'd be caught doing. I'd be flying it around the neighborhood, looking in everybody's windows, see what they're doing. Catch them with an empty window, fly in and get the cookies off the counter. I'd be in trouble all the time. Yeah, Jacqueline says that she's had this croup, had problems with it. I took some antibiotics, but I don't know. I'd probably been just better off to let it fight itself out. I'm not big on taking a bunch of medicine to begin with. I tried taking some of that Mucinex and it like to ate me up. After about 3 days of that, I had to stop. Yeah, she said you'd be flying in that neighbor's trees looking for squirrels. Well, neighbors ain't got no trees. I'm the only one with the trees. That's part of the problem, I think, for the squirrels, is that I've got trees. If I didn't have no trees, I'd have to relocate, wouldn't I? I'd be chasing the squirrels with the drones. Be armed drones going after squirrels. Film at 11. I'd be out on my little John Deere tractor with my remote control, driving around town with my drone in the air. Yep. I know what you mean, have at it. I'm going on a month now. It's been 3.5 weeks that I've been laid up with this mess, and I'm better. I'm way better than I was. Once the fever broke, then I started to improve, but still got touch of it. Still some bronchial chest stuff going on, and still a little bit in the head and all that. Police behind me. Hey, I tell you, Orlando, the cop shop is only about a block away from me, so I'd be flying it over there and looking in the windows at the cops. By filming them in there. Now, I was pretty lucky. My voice was only down for about 2, maybe 3 days, where I really had a battle with the laryngitis part of it. I popped out of that part pretty quick. But then I was taking mass doses of vitamin C too. I was really, lots of water, lots of vitamin C, flushing it out of my system as fast as I could. Well, bless your heart. I hope you get over it soon. Yeah, that popping and cracking stuff, that ain't no good. You have to have you a good cough vest and get that stuff out of your lungs. I learned that lesson many years ago. My gosh, that's probably been 20 years or so ago that I came down with a good case of pneumonia and finally gave up and went to the doctor with it. And she x-rayed my lungs. She says, I can't even get an x-ray of your lungs. You're such a mess. She says, you're going to sit here and you're going to cough until you get that stuff out of your lungs. And I did right there, in the examining room. I had myself a cough vest and cleared a lot of it out of there so that she could get a better view of my lungs and what was going on. She was mad. She said, I ought to put you in the hospital. And I said, you don't want me at the hospital. And she said, well, you're right about that. She knew I'd be more trouble than I was worth. And she put me on breathing treatment thing and all that and put me on a bunch of antibiotics and stuff to get me straightened up. But yeah, I learned then that, oh Lord, before it's ever even really takes a hold, you got to have a cough vest and get that stuff out of you. Yeah, I know what you mean, Tanya. My ribs have been sore, like somebody's hit me with a ball bat. This stuff ain't no fun. It's the first time I've been sick in over 7 years. I've been pretty healthy. So I guess I, made up for lost time. Get myself straightened up so that don't happen again. So checking out some messages I'm getting here and get this stuff straightened up off the screen. There we go. So everybody getting subbed up? You sub-a-dub-dubbing, or you need more time, or got any questions on the crafts? Or I redid my camera just a little bit today and think I got it a little more stable. You wouldn't have believed the way I had it rigged up there. It was held up on the pole with some tape and a ribbon. And today I did an operation on it, and I think I've got it up there a lot more stable, and I can turn it now, and I can do different things with it. So I think that I've made some improvements to the camera situation here. It shouldn't be bouncing all over the place. No one comes to your streams, Eddie. Well, see, you're going to have to make friends with people. Let me check out. Whoops. Let me check out your channel here. Let's see. I'm going to sub you and ring your bell. I'll check on your videos there. Well, you got to mess videos up. Well, your view count could be better, but then you've only got 153 people subscribed. You get your subscriptions up there a little bit better, making friends with people and going to their channels and checking out their content and leaving them comments and all that. Whoops, let's get that audio shut off there. I pulled up one of your videos here. I'm going to leave you a little comment. Try to. Real quick. Okay, we'll leave you a comment there on it, and I'm just going to let it play here in the background while continue on with the show, you know, and that way you get a full view out of it. But yeah, you need to go to people's channels and be sure you ring the bell, you know, that way you get alerts every time they do something. You get notified of it, and then you go over and you check their content. Now, hey, I'm here to tell you, you get a whole lot of subscriptions. You get a lot of notifications coming in. It's hard to keep up with it all. You can't keep up with everything. You're only human, and everybody knows that. But do as much as you can. Try to stay up with as much as you can. Make friends with these people, and then they'll be coming to your channel, and you'll be going to theirs. Bowen Hill in the house. Well, thank you very much. Smash that like button. Smash it. We're just sitting here talking about subbing, and we've been talking about the weather, and we've been talking about all this creepy flu stuff going around, and we've been talking about the crafts and stuff that I did this week, and I got stuff up on the Etsy store, and talking about my other channel. I put that video up about my YouTube pet peeves. So the URL to the other channel is in the description of this video. You can pull it up after the show. It's only an 8-minute video, but make sure you listen to the end because you will wet yourself laughing. I have a way to fix all the stupid things that's going on with YouTube. With the, you know, folks that don't know how to do this thing properly. The drama queens and, you know, all the silly things going on. I have a way to fix it, and I tell you at the end of that video. So make sure you listen to the end. Good to have everybody in there making friends with each other. Good to see that. Well, Sonia, I figured you'd already listened to that video. You ain't been over there yet? No, I don't think you got any honorable mention in that, but what, you know, I just didn't think of it. Because I have to do another video. Yeah, I just get amazed at some of the things that people do in some of these videos. Lord have mercy. Yes, it's always good to have more friends. When I really went after subs, you know, and started building my channel, I had a lot of people come after me about it, you know, and what did I think I was doing, you know? They didn't want anybody on their channels except for people in the crafting community and all that. And I said, Well, I'm interested in a lot of different things. I'm not just limited by crafting. I do not live by crafts alone. I'm interested in what a lot of people do. There's cooking channels. I like food. Anybody that's taking a good look at me knows I ain't never missed a meal. The drone thing fascinates me. The exploring thing, I get a kick out of that. Paranormal stuff. Oh yes, I enjoy the paranormal thing. The gamer thing, I'm not really into that, but I've met a lot of very nice people in the gamer community. Met a lot of nice people in the 420 community. There's the girls with the makeup, the beauty community. There's a lot of them that's into dieting, especially this time of year. Usually, right after New Year's, everybody tries to go on some kind of a diet. And so I've been listening to some of them. Not that I plan on doing that because, hey, I'm a big girl. I'm happy the way I am, fat and happy. So, but hey, it's interesting to listen to some of the things they've done because Lord knows I've been on my share diets in my lifetime. And oh my goodness, just all different kinds of things that people get involved in. I'm friends with Mr. Cool over there, the wrestling fella that was involved in wrestling. Green Bay Wacky with the comedy. Catfish Jones is in the house. He plays the guitar and paints and all kinds of things, and I like catfish. I like the ones I catch too on the line out of the creek. Don't go swimming, catfish. You might be in trouble. Moon Pie Creations in the house. Good to see you in there. No, you don't listen to me on a phone call. I'm just sitting here jawing. Just talking about meeting people on YouTube and say Washington Weed Reviews in the house. Good to have you in there. Yeah, I've met people from all different kinds of communities. I'm interested in a lot of different things. I don't know why you have to just be stuck in one venue and think that that's the only thing that you can, have people come to your channel from. Or how are you and all your subscribers? Well, I can't speak for all my subscribers, but I can speak for me. I'm not doing too terrible bad compared to where I was. This pneumonia's clearing up some. Still got a touch, but it ain't nothing like what it was. I'm improving. Every day I seem to feel a little bit better. I don't know how long it'll take for it to completely go away, but as long as I don't backslide on it, I'm doing all right. I think if it would ever warm up good, the sun come out good and hot, and I can get out there and bake for a while, bake it out of my system. That always seems to help me if I can get out in the sunshine, get some vitamin D soaked up. But that ain't going to happen anytime soon, the way this weather is. It snowed here all day today. Now, at least 3 inches of snow on the ground before it got dark tonight. So I don't know how long it plans to keep going. It could have quit before it started, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not the snow queen. I'm a warm weather girl. Yeah, that's the thing. Just get along with everybody. There's some folks that, they just want to fuss about everything. I've got to wonder, it says a lot about them to me, because I've got to wonder, what kind of a miserable existence do you have that you can't get along with folks from other communities? And, you got to look for the bad in everything, and you just want to be in your own little tiny corner. Branch out and meet people. Is it warm down in Georgia? Because I don't know that it's all that warm in Georgia. There's a friend of mine who lives in Georgia, and she's telling me this morning it was pretty chilly. Probably wasn't as cold as it is here, but yeah, I'm ready for spring too. Yeah, speaking of gardening, you're talking my language there at the garden. I've ordered a bunch of stuff for my garden. Got my seeds coming in. Did that the other day. I got my little seed starter things coming, and I'll be plunking some seeds in some dirt here before long, get everything growing good. Really can't plant here until about mid-May, second week of May. Got to wait until after the frost is gone. But that don't mean that you can't get it going in some pots, get it ready. Have some size on it by the time you get it to the garden. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm scaling back on how many things I grow as far as varieties. I'm going to be growing a bunch of different kinds of gourds this year, and I'm going to be growing tomatoes, and I'm going to be growing beans. Most everything else I don't eat that horrible much of that I can't go to the market and buy it. Do some trading or whatever I'm going to do. But usually I have about, I don't know, 12, 15 different things growing in the garden. But this year it's just going to be more of, there's going to be a lot of gourds, a lot of tomatoes, and a lot of green beans growing this year. I've got grapes and let's see, there's another berry that I got growing out there. And off the top of my head, I can't tell you the name of it. Oh, gooseberries. Gooseberries and grapes growing, and I got a nice strawberry bed, and then I got a lot of flowers. Well, say it makes you happy to smile. So you smile at them and they don't smile, and you just keep smiling. And you know, it doesn't hurt you to smile all the time, because it makes people wonder what you're up to. I can aggravate people to death just smiling at them. A BB-8 gourd. I'm not sure what a BB-8 gourd is. I'm going to grow some apple gourds, and I'm going to grow some birdhouse gourds, and then there's a couple other varieties I got seeds for. I can't tell you what they are off the top of my head. Got all that stuff back in the utility room with my gardening stuff. Exploring, let me ask you something on that drone, on that battery life thing. In good conditions, when you have fully charged battery, how long does them things go for? Okay, Eddie wants to know how to get more views. The best way to get more views is to view other people's stuff and leave comments on it. Now, that's my perspective. Somebody else might tell you something different. But that's the best way to get views that I know of. You watch other people's content, you like, hit the like button, you leave them a comment on their video, and tell them, like number, whatever it is, whatever your like number is. And something to do with whatever the content was in the video. And then they'll come over, most of them will come over and take a look at your stuff. But it all starts with you. You don't just make a video, put it up, and expect the whole world's going to rush to your door. It don't work that way. You have to make friends with people. Southern Draw South is in the house. Good to see you in there. "16 minutes per battery on your drone." See, that's not very long. I can't get in, see in very many windows and get it back in 16 minutes. How much trouble can I get into in 16 minutes with a drone? I mean, first of all, it's going to be zipping all over the sky like it's drunk, because, hey, I can't walk a straight line. How in the world am I expected to fly a drone in a straight line? Have it hovering outside somebody's window, Do the bigger drones have longer battery lives in them? Is this what you're saying? Okay, now I'm guessing that you're saying it's like you have access to a DJI Phantom 4 with goggles. Is that a drone? Are we talking about a drone here? Because, you're talking to the technically challenged. I'm not sure what that is with goggles. Now, and if it is a drone, what's the purpose of the goggles? Is that to keep the bugs off the lens, or what does that accomplish? Oh, the FAA has laws about that, huh? Wow, I would really be in trouble. Bigger drones fly longer, but cost a lot more. Okay. MD95 TSI and the regulators is in the house. Good to have you in there. We're talking about drones. Yeah, it is a drone, a big one, and it's expensive. Oh, I see. And the goggles are for a better view. Hmm. And do they make magnifying goggles for them? Like you get magnifying glasses. Can you magnify things with it? Lord, if I tried to fly one indoors, I'd knock every light out in the house. Oh, there'd be some funny videoing going on there, but I'd tear that thing all to boogers. It'd be worse than a fly splattered on the wall. Oh, okay. You build something that does the zooming on it. I see. Jacqueline Haley's going to leave. Well, thank you for stopping by, Jacqueline. Appreciate you being in here. Well, now see if that's because you know what you're doing. You can fly it indoors pretty easily, but you deal with somebody that's technically challenged to begin with, and I have trouble just even walking. Much less trying to fly something. I'm challenged. Brenda is crafty. Be like Brenda. Yeah, y'all get subbed to each other, make friends. That's what it's about. I'm hanging in here for a few more minutes. Let you get subbed up and do what you're going to do. Valentine's Day is going to be here in less than a month. Y'all know that? And I know there's a bunch of fellers in the house now. The ladies already know. They've got Valentine's Day under control. They know how to make stuff and get stuff for the fellers. But you fellers, man, I tell you what, some of you are so challenged when it comes to getting gifts. And I gave some information the other day about Valentine's Day. And first off, you fellers need to pay attention to your ladies on what is it they're interested in. Don't just go to the store and pick up the first thing you find to get for her. What is she interested in? If she likes getting her nails done, figure out where it is she goes to get her nails done. Go there and get her a gift certificate for getting her nails done. If she's into makeup, get her a gift certificate so she can go and get whatever kind of makeup she is. I'm not going to trust you fellers to get what you think she needs in makeup. Lord have mercy, that'd be a big mistake. If she likes candy, you could get her some candy, but make sure she's not on a diet. Because you're going to make her mad if you go out and try to get her candy and her on a diet. If she is a vegetarian, do not take her to the steakhouse. Just saying, I'm trying to help you fellers. All right. Okay. Eddie wants to know how to be a better, to improve his drawing skills. Well, practice. Just practice. Get you some paper and a pencil and start drawing. If you don't like what you got down, then you take an eraser and you erase it and you start over again, or you move to another piece of paper, another spot on the paper, and you just keep drawing. Like I did this little owl here, just showing you basic geometric shapes. You know, I started out, I drew on a heart right here. And then I drew on the wings, which are like a leaf shape. So all that is a leaf shape. I did one on each side. I put these little marks in for the feathers, just, you know, little wispy loops. I put some little wispy lines down on the wings to indicate feathers on the wings. This is just a little whimsical owl. We're not trying to do anything realistic. Then I drew circles in for the eyes. I put little highlights in for the eyes. I put little half circles in for the eyelids. I did an inverted triangle for the beak. Then I put some upside down triangles on the round parts up here at the top of the heart to make it a horned owl. And that's all there is to it. I'm put little feet on him down here. These are inverted V's with a little line in the middle to give him these little feet. It's just all geometric shapes. And that's where you start, with the geometric shapes. And then you branch out from that. And you study forms. Whether if you're interested in nature, you'd pick up a leaf and you'd sit there and you'd study the leaf and the veins and the leaf and how they work and the shape of the leaves. And you sit there with a leaf and you just draw it out on a piece of paper. And then you look at shadowing and you start putting shadowing in. If you're looking at people, you know, you pick up a picture of a person and you start studying the shape of the face. And the faces are interesting because here on this mermaid, for example, when you have the shape of the face, you have the hairline, you have the shape of the eyes, and you got to make sure that you get the eyes equidistant. You have the shape of the nose, the shape of the lips. And you check out, you know, the hair, you're putting in the hair and the shape of the arms. You know, and if it has legs, you know, you want to get the shapes of the legs correct. You just keep playing with it until you get a finished product that you are satisfied with. And that's how I suggest that you learn to be a better drawer or a better artist. Abandoned with TJ stopped in. Good to have you in there. Thank you. Yes, please do hit the like button. Subs are welcome. Sub up, sub down. Make friends. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. MD95 TSI. Trying to make sure I got it all in there. But yeah, nobody comes out of the womb knowing how to do this stuff, you know? You just practice with it, you play with it. Some things you might not be good at. I mean, you know, let's face it, I'm never going to be a technical wizard. I'm never going to be an auto mechanic. There's just some things that I'm not good at. But then there's other things that, well, I'm not too bad at. And I just keep practicing at them and keep working. You know, and the more you work with your particular skill, whatever it is you're good at, the better you get. And you study, you watch, you learn. Anybody that's better than you listen to everything they've got to say. You watch how they do things. I know when I was a kid in school, there was a young lady that I went to school with that, oh my goodness, she could draw. And so I hung around with her a lot. And I was really interested in her artistic ability and how she did things. And I would ask her, well, how do you get the shape of the face the way you want it? And so she sat there and she showed me how to do different shapes of faces and different shapes of eyes. And so anybody that's better than you pay attention to them. YouTube is a wonderful tool for learning any kind of skill that you want to learn. So I highly recommend just type things into the search engine, see what pops up. You'll be amazed at all the things that pop up. Eddie's leaving. Well, hey, glad you dropped by. Hope I gave you some tips that'll benefit you. But you got to get out there and you got to make friends with folks, and you got to leave them some comments and take a little bit of I don't know. I'll keep wanting to say constructive criticism, but that's not the word I'm going after. Advice, it would be what I was wanting to say. Take a little advice from folks on how to do things, and don't just expect the world's going to fall at your feet, because it don't work that way. Not on YouTube and not in the real world. You have to put out some effort. That's the way it works. Publishers Clearinghouse doesn't come to everybody's door. Believe me, they don't. I've waited a long time. Well, you go to the people that's been successful and you learn from them. Channel 33 with Spongy. That's what you got to do. You go to the people who has been more successful than you. I mean, it doesn't have to be the top tier of the rung. Go to people that's more successful than you and see how they've done it. And I'm telling you how I've done it. It's very simple. You just make friends with people. I had somebody say to me the other day that they were shy and they had to learn, to talk to people. Well, I guess that is a gift, because I've never met a stranger, and nobody's met anybody stranger than me. So I can talk to anybody. They might not like what I have to say, but I can talk to anybody. Checking again here and make sure that I ain't missed nobody. If I missed you, type something in the chat. I'll be sure to say hey to you. But yeah, I got some videos planned for this week. I may do some painted mandala work, and I may do some leather work. I've got an idea for a project with some leather. And gosh, I don't know. I was thinking about some other stuff here a while ago. Now my mind's going blank on exactly what all I did have planned. Oh, the envelope thing, for sure. I'm going to show you how to make a template, and that way you can make your own envelopes. And I don't know what else I'll come up with. I've got some gourds sitting back here I need to work on. You never know what I'm liable to come up with next. But yeah, if somebody's got an idea for something that they'd like to see me make and all that, just, get in touch with me. Leave me a message or comment or whatever. Oh yeah, I love doing crafts, all kinds of crafts. That's why I'm doing this. I always said when I retired, I wanted to just be a full-time crafter. That's my thing. The old stoner. Glad you made it to the live stream. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I do all sorts of crafts. I'm going to be getting my looms down here. I've got a whole bunch of different kinds of looms. Nail looms, peg looms, knitting looms, all kinds of stuff. I want to do like a whole series of videos on weaving and show you different things that I've made with the looms. As the weather warms up, I'll probably get more into that. And I don't know, but when spring gets here, I might do some videos on gardening too, because that is a craft all on its own. But yeah, I do paper craft, I do shabby chic, I do mixed media, I make cards, I do engraving, I do wood burning, I do painting, sculpting. See, I want to get some of my silk stuff out, because I do silk painting too, and I want to do some videos on that eventually. Yes, I do embossing. I do leather work. Um, I carve, whittle. I do all kinds of stuff. Make jewelry. One thing I want to know how you do, and that is be the first to leave a like on every video I watch. I'm fast. Brenda's crafty. Be like Brenda. Well, see, I get notifications. I got a high speed internet here, and I get notifications when videos come out. And if I happen to be sitting at the computer and the notification pops up on the screen, I click on it, and that puts me right there where the video is, and I pop a like on it, and then I pop a comment in it, and then I sit there, watch the video. So, that's how I get likes, number one likes on a lot of the videos. So there you go. You need high speed internet and a quick clicking finger. Can you fly a drone? I don't know. I've never tried, but I can't imagine that I would be very good at it. Because number one, it's technical. And number two, you got to do it with remote control. So I'd probably be pretty good at crashing one. Nicole McDonough is in the house. Or McDonough, maybe that's how it's pronounced. I wish they paid me for that. Emily, that'd be cool. If they paid me for number ones, I'd be rolling in some dough, wouldn't I? I try to get to as many of them as I can. I really do. Because I appreciate everybody supporting my channel. And that's my way of paying everybody back for their support. Being friends with people and getting in there and leaving them a like and leaving them a comment. I had somebody the other day say, "Boy, you leave these dissertations on everybody's comments, kind of whack at me, sort of, because I don't leave big old long paragraphs for people." But I said, well, it's better than no comment at all. At least I've left my thumbprint there showing you that I've been there and watched your video. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people won't even leave a like on a video. So, I try to get to as many people as I can. She does everything but fly drones. I was thinking that it would be pretty cool. Now, number one, I can't afford a drone, okay? But I was thinking it would be pretty cool to have a drone and like a piece of canvas. Now, this would obviously have to be done outside because it'd be bound to be messy. But have a drone that you put a paintbrush on it and have it dip the paintbrush in paint and then have the drone paint on the canvas. Obviously, it would be an abstract, but it would be pretty cool. Just thinking. So you guys with the drones, you might think about that. They can fly on their own and come back to you. Lord, have mercy. I thought you had to have a remote control. That's something I've always wanted to learn to do too, have at it. I've wanted to learn how to weld. Never had the opportunity. I'd like to have some power equipment too. I'd like to have a lathe, and I'd like to have a scroll saw, table saw. Well, thank you, CF. Well, MD, I'm glad you was able to stop in. Yeah, I read someplace, Stoner, or heard someplace, I don't know. It's been about a month ago now, but somebody was telling me somewhere along the line that they have 300 videos uploaded per minute with YouTube. That's a lot of videos. Just reading up the comments here. If you're wondering why I'm being quiet, it's hard for me to read and talk at the same time. Like walking and chewing gum. Yeah, millions of videos every day. So, you know, what we're trying to keep up with basically is a drop in the bucket compared to, you know, all the content that's really being thrown out there. Yeah. Hey, I know what you mean, have at it. Something that I do now, here's how I do it. If I'm recording with the GoPro, like I go to the wood carvers meetings every week and I record it with a GoPro. I bring it home and I have to upload it into my computer. And that takes about 2 hours for it to upload. So now I've got it in the computer. Then I have to run it through the editor because the way the GoPro does it, I don't know. Some of you may have a GoPro. Maybe you can tell me how to get around this because I've never figured out how to get past it. When it records. It looks like it's recording straight through, but it's recording it in 10-minute segments. So each of those segments is put into a file. So you have to, when you edit, you have to splice all that together. So I have to run it through an editor and splice all them pieces together. Then once I get it through the editor, which takes another 2 hours, I have to run it through Handbrake, which is an encoder. That putting it through the encoder is supposed to make it quicker to go up on YouTube. Well, it takes me about a half an hour to put it through the encoder, and then it takes another 30 to 45 minutes at least for it to get up on YouTube. So, you know, it takes a good 6 to 8 hours to put one of those videos up after doing all that. I don't know how to make it any quicker. Yeah, see, my GoPro doesn't record straight to my laptop. It might if I knew how to do it, but I don't know how to do it. I think, you know, it would record to a smartphone. I don't have a smartphone. Oh, see, I bet that is funny. I was thinking about mounting my GoPro to the front of my John Deere tractor and driving around town with it this summer. Chasing people down sidewalks, and I'm gonna get in trouble. I know I am. Police chief here in town already don't like me. It'll be a film at 11. Yeah, you're right about that, CF. Yeah, it's all very high. I mean, even just to process it to get it to the point where it goes on YouTube takes forever. Yeah. I can only hope it would go viral. You know, there's this old lady running, chasing people down the sidewalk on her lawn tractor, and chasing them around the parking lot up at the Arby's and around the laundromat. Basket of clothes flying everywhere. By some crazy stuff going on right there. Yeah, the meetings for the wood carvers club are like 6 blocks from the house. And so I was thinking that, you know, when the weather gets nice outside this summer that I could just take the lawn tractor up there, and mount the GoPro on the front of the lawn tractor and right up there to the community center on the lawn tractor, record it. Herman the Great. Are you talking about you can't hear anything on this video? Put that in there and see if he'll answer me, because he needs to reboot if they're reloaded. Oops. He's going all cattywampus on me. Come back here. Well, stop it. Things jumping around. Let's see. That helps him in. He told him to refresh. Lord, they can hear me uptown. People in neighboring states can hear me, and he can't hear me. Yeah, I know y'all can hear me. You've been answering me in the chat room, so I know you can hear me. Harmon's got a problem. Yep, uptown and downtown. I live ridiculously close to downtown. That's for sure. I mean, I'm like just a block off the main drag of this place I live in. And hear the semi trucks going up and down the state route out there. Waiting to see if Herman gets back in here. Herman, can you hear me? I needed to leave a trail of breadcrumbs so he could find his way back in. There he is. Hey, here's me. Or no, that was before I told him to refresh. So, Herman, speak to me, Herman. See, we have fun with anything here. You never know what's liable to happen next. We're all wondering about Herman. Anybody else out there still trying to sub? I think we've done sent a lot of them to bed already. They done gived up on us. I might go back here and see what else is going on with YouTube. If any of the rest of my cohorts is live right now. I don't see. Let's see. There's a few live streams going on. Checking to see what's going on against me here. No, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on live at the moment. I was going to say, if there's somebody we needed to raid, we could go over and raid their chat. Oh, Herman's here. Herman, can you hear me? Bless your heart, Herman. Herman, we've been worried about you. Tropical Aquariums of New Zealand in the house. Good to have you in there. Herman the Great was having some audio issues. We had to have him refresh and come back in here. Herman, speak to me, Herman. Oh, Lucia's making ATCs for Valentine's Day swap. That's cool. Oh my goodness gracious. Got me on a 50-inch screen and a 700-watt surround system. I'm about to blow out his eardrums. He'll be lowering the volume on that bad boy. Can you hear me, Herman? Herman! Can you hear me, Herman? Type it in case you can't hear me. Herman, turn up your volume. If I say it loud enough, will he do it? Oh, he can hear me. Okay, I was going to type in there, turn up your volume, Herman. Everybody else seems to be able to hear me good. Turn up your hearing aid, something. Because Lord, they can hear me 3 states away. Oh my goodness gracious. Nicole out there, she's typing her fingers to the bone trying to get everybody subbed. Well, it's just natural, Herman. It's all natural. The owl is staring at you. It's staring at you. I can only imagine what that looks like on a 50-inch screen. Oh my goodness. You'd rather have the mermaid. Let me get the mermaid down here. There's the mermaid. It's a 27-inch owl on a 50-inch screen. Oh, mercy. Yeah, it just wants to be friends with you, CF. The mermaid's better. You like looking at her better. 3-dimensional mermaid. Yeah, I've been working on all kinds of things this week. This is something else. I didn't do no videos on these, but I painted this little butterfly on this piece of leather. Did that with some dye, and I painted my little acorns up with some dye, and they'll end up being embellishments on something. But I cut them off in big old pieces of leather they was on, and they'll get mixed up in some mixed media project somewhere along the line. And I put backs on a bunch of carvings and stuff that I had done, wood burnings in earlier previous videos. You know, I did this Celtic fish, and I put a hanger on the back of them, and I did that Celtic knot that I painted up and put a hanger on that. I did that Celtic heart on the show and put it back on it. That Celtic butterfly that I painted up and put it back on that one. So I've been a busy camper, been trying to clean off the desk a little bit and get some things under control here. So there's been a few things been accomplished around here lately. I don't just sit and hibernate all the time, just part of the time. Oh, you had your volume down? Well, yeah, sometimes you got to turn the volume up in order to be able to hear it. Submarine portal? Thank you very much, Nicole. Appreciate that. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, Celtic design on the wedding bands. Yep. Well, good, Herman. I'm glad. Get in there and meet nice people. And you get in there and you support them and they support you. That's the way it ought to be right there. Get in there and meet people. That's the way to build your channel. These folks just want to go after the subs and, you know, oh, I just want big numbers in subs. Well, that's not going to do you any good if nobody's supporting your channel. And ones that I can't understand is ones that don't have no content that's going after subs. What's the point? I mean, am I missing something? But if you don't have any videos, you don't have anything on your channel, or you have next to nothing on your channel, what good's it going to do for you to have 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 subscribers to your channel? What exactly have you accomplished? Because you got to have the 10,000 views in order to be able to get monetized or do anything. So if you don't have anything for people to look at, what's the point in going after the subs? You know, I don't understand it. Maybe I'm missing something. Thanks, CF. I appreciate that. Nicole's agreeing with him. Lord have mercy. Y'all put me on a pedestal. Yeah, you sub to a channel that has no content and a ton of subs. It don't, yeah, it don't make any sense to do that. I mean, it's great if they are supporting everybody. How many channels are they going to and leaving comments and watching videos on? I mean, what's the point? I don't understand. Old Not Dead in the house. Hey, good to see you in there. I was wondering if he's going to drop in here tonight. We've been on about 2 hours. He's got some good content over there on his channel. Lord, he put one up. What was it, yesterday that you put that one up where you was breaking and entering? How you about to get in trouble? Excuse me. I tell some good jokes over there too. Not dead. Did you like the response I gave you to your golf video? He wanted to know, what was it, the top 5 reasons people like to play golf? Well, see, I don't play golf. I gave him the top 5 reasons I don't. Oh, you just entered. You didn't break anything? All right. It would just be trespass. Benny Loco does them too. You ever been over Benny Loco's? See some of the stuff she's doing? That's true. It's true. Luck will only keep an honest man out. Arlena got her lights and her mic. Good. See, my camera's already got the mic built into it. I just got a couple LED lights for my desk that clamp onto it. I don't have them big fancy ones with the umbrellas nor nothing. I'm a poor girl over here. I can't afford all that fancy stuff. So, you know, I got the hillbilly rig going on. Refresh your portal. Well, okay, we'll take you to Paris. How that be? You want to go to Paris? There's the Eiffel Tower. We're keeping CF entertained with his 50-inch screen. He's got some wine and he's got some glasses there for the wine for him and the wife. And he's got the little Paris sign, and there's some flowers from Paris and the Eiffel Tower. Got him a little pink poodle up here, a little French poodle, and got him a little coffee thing up here. So he's all set there for Paris. Yeah, Emily, there's a little Paris box that I made on my video the other day, the paper mache box, and I decorated it all up with lace and doilies and little Paris stickers and stuff. Put a little skirt on it. Yeah, you know, hey, I'm a widow on a fixed income. I fly by the seat of my pants with my stuff, but I still seem to get videos up, get, you know, content up. People seem to enjoy the stuff I do and learn from it. So I'm accomplishing my goal without a lot of expense. Now, I did have to buy a new computer this year, but my old computer was like 8 years old and beat clear to death. So, you know, that's to be expected. You're going to have to replace. Wow. But yeah, I've got the computer. I got a couple clamp-on desk lights and a $30 Logitech camera. It's not, you know, fancy. People go out and pay hundreds of dollars for their camera and get the big lights with the umbrellas and the green screens and, you know, all that fancy stuff. Well, that ain't going to happen here, not unless Publishers Clearinghouse does decide that they're going to, you know, show up at the door one of these days. I've waited and waited. I've sat here until dust is settled on me, and Publishers Clearinghouse ain't showing up with a big check. Okay, we're about 3 minutes till 10, so I'm going to shut her down here in about 3 minutes. So y'all get subbed, do what you're going to do. Make your lists if you know, if you need to. Take your pencil and write down who you want to sub to and stuff. And that way, after I go off, you'll still have a list. Or pop out the chat so you keep it up on the screen and you can, you know, still click on their names, whatever you want to do. If you don't know how to pop out the chat, up at the top of the chat screen where it says live chat, there'll be 3 dots up there. You click on that and it gives you a menu and you can pop the chat out. And that way you can save the chat right there. So you can go back and look at it until you decide to close it up. Clicking on the links, I think, will still work at least for a while after I shut down the show. But that gives you the basic gist. It's been fun talking to all of you, having all of you in the chat. I've had a hoot tonight talking to everybody. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Be sure you smash that like button if you haven't done that yet. And sub, if you haven't subbed me, you know, please make sure you're subbed. Ring the bell so every time I put a video up, you'll know about it. Mark your calendar, 8 o'clock every Monday night Eastern time. I do this live stream so that you can get subbed up, make friends, build your channel. And you're bound to see me making comments on everybody else's videos and stuff. Come to my videos and leave me some comments there, and I'll go over and check your videos and stuff out. Return the favor. It's part of being friends. Let's be friends. I like that motto. Somebody dropped that on me not long after I started, really subbing and working on things. So let's be friends. I think that's great. Oh, I will, old not dead. I sure will. I'll watch about everything you put up there. Okay, Mary. Good to have you in there. Thank you, Lucia. I appreciate that. Blaziken, good to have you in there, Hank. Hope everybody got them a whole bunch of subs tonight. Working the room. All right, we're at 10 o'clock, so I'm going to say goodnight to all of you. And remember, Brenda's crafty. Be like Brenda. Night, everybody.